Many people love having plants inside their homes. Whether it's a single leafy friend on a windowsill or a lush jungle filling every corner, houseplants have become a beloved part of modern living. They bring a touch of nature indoors, making rooms feel calm and beautiful. The gentle greens and unique shapes of each plant can transform even the smallest apartment into a peaceful retreat. This connection to nature is important for our well-being, especially in busy cities. Surrounded by concrete and noise, a bit of greenery can offer a sense of escape and comfort. Beyond their beauty, there's a popular belief: houseplants can clean the air. The idea is simple. These living organisms quietly work to remove toxins and freshen our homes. The idea that a simple potted plant could make our air healthier is appealing. It's comforting to think that something so easy and pleasant could have such a big impact. This belief has led many to buy more plants, hoping to create a healthier environment. Garden centers are filled with people searching for the perfect air-purifying plant. Articles in garden centers often promote certain plants as air purifiers. Snake plants, with their upright leaves, and spider plants, with their arching greenery, are especially popular. These two have become superstars for their supposed air cleaning powers, often topping lists of must-have plants for a healthy home. The promise is simple. By adding these green friends, we make our homes safer to live and breathe. Parents place them in children's rooms, and offices fill desks with pots of green. We water them, give them sunlight, and hope they're silently working for us. It feels like a partnership, our care in exchange for cleaner air. We imagine them absorbing bad things from the air, making us feel good about our spaces. The thought alone can bring peace of mind. It feels like a natural step toward a healthier life. The presence of plants can even inspire us to take better care of ourselves and our homes. The plant becomes more than decoration. It's a living machine that helps protect us. We start to see our green companions as silent guardians, always at work. This is the green promise that has captured so many hearts. It's a story of hope, beauty, and the dream of a healthier home. But is this promise real or just a comforting idea? Could it be that we want to believe in the power of plants so much that we overlook the facts? Are our leafy companions truly making a difference in our air quality? Or are we simply enjoying their beauty while the air remains unchanged? Let's explore what science says about the air cleaning power of houseplants. Researchers have put these claims to the test, and the results may not be what you expect. Are we living in healthier homes, or just believing in a beautiful myth? The answer is more complex than it seems, and it's worth taking a closer look. The truth may surprise you. What we discover could change the way we see our green companions forever. Let's dig deeper into the real story behind the green promise and find out what our houseplants are truly doing for us. We love the idea that our plants are cleaning our air. But is this based on solid proof, or is it more of a friendly myth? Science can help us find the answer. The belief is strong plant leaves and roots can pull harmful chemicals out of the air. But how effective is this process in a real home, not just a lab? The most famous study on this topic was done by NASA. But does that study really prove plants clean our air at home? We need to look at what researchers have discovered since then. Are we right to trust our plants with this important job? This video will explore the science behind the belief. We'll see what plants can do and what their limits are. By the end, you'll know the real role houseplants play in the air you breathe. Before we talk about cleaning the air, it's important to understand what's actually making it dirty in the first place. Many people assume that the air inside their homes is automatically cleaner than the air outside, but that's not always true. In fact, indoor air can sometimes be even more polluted than the air outdoors, especially in spaces that aren't well ventilated or cleaned regularly. Indoor air pollution means that harmful substances, often invisible to the naked eye, are present in the air inside our homes, schools, and offices. These pollutants can linger in the air we breathe every day. Surprisingly, even if the air outside looks smoggy or dirty, the air inside can still be worse, especially if pollutants build up over time. Since most of us spend up to 90% of our time indoors, the quality of the air inside our homes and workplaces has a huge impact on our health and well-being. Pollutants come from many sources, some obvious and some you might not expect. Common culprits include paints, cleaning products, new furniture, carpets, and even clothing. Air fresheners, scented candles, and cooking can also release chemicals and particles into the air. Fireplaces, especially wood-burning ones, add smoke and other pollutants to the mix, making the air even less healthy. The main culprits are chemicals called volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, which easily evaporate into the air from many household products. For example, formaldehyde is a common VOC found in pressed wood furniture, fabrics, and even some insulation materials. Benzene, another harmful chemical, comes from plastics, synthetic fibers, and especially from tobacco smoke. Trichloroethylene is found in some cleaning agents and paint removers, and can linger in the air long after use. These chemicals are invisible, odorless, and often go unnoticed, but we breathe them in every single day, sometimes without realizing it. Breathing in these pollutants can cause a range of health effects, from mild symptoms like headaches and dizziness, to irritation of the eyes, nose, or throat. Some people may also experience fatigue or trouble concentrating. For people with asthma or allergies, poor indoor air can make symptoms much worse, leading to more frequent attacks or discomfort. Long-term exposure to indoor air pollution can even contribute to more serious health problems, such as respiratory diseases, heart issues, or weakened immune systems. That's why it's so important to pay attention to the air we breathe indoors, and to take steps to keep it as clean as possible. Understanding these invisible threats is the first step to creating a healthier, safer home for you and your loved ones. Now, let's see how houseplants can help us tackle indoor air pollution and make our living spaces fresher and healthier. When people talk about air cleaning plants, a few names always come up. The snake plant is famous for being tough and easy to care for. The spider plant is loved for its arching leaves and ability to remove pollutants like formaldehyde. The peace lily stands out for its elegant flowers and reputation for removing several VOCs. English ivy and golden pothos are celebrated for filtering airborne particles and toxins. Dracaena plants are also often mentioned for their chemical removing abilities. These plants are not just pretty, they're believed to be our green allies. But how much can they really do? Their popularity is based on the hope that they make our air cleaner. Let's look at the science behind these claims. Are these plants truly the air-purifying heroes we think they are? The idea that plants clean indoor air became popular after a NASA study in the 1980s. NASA tested common houseplants in small, sealed chambers with injected pollutants. The results were exciting. Plants did remove significant amounts of VOCs in these controlled conditions. Some plants were better at removing certain chemicals than others. Importantly, the soil and roots, along with microbes, played a big role in breaking down pollutants. The study suggested houseplants could help combat indoor air pollution, at least in small sealed spaces. But does this translate to real homes? The NASA study was promising, showing that certain houseplants could remove toxins from the air in a sealed environment. But real homes are much larger, and they're not sealed off from the outside world. Air is constantly moving in and out of our living spaces, whether through open windows, doors, or tiny cracks in the walls. Plus, new pollutants are always being released from things like furniture, cleaning products, and even cooking. Scientists tried to apply NASA's results to real homes and found something surprising. The conditions in our homes are very different from those in a controlled laboratory. To match the air cleaning effect seen in the lab, you'd need hundreds of plants in a single room, far more than most people would ever consider having. One study suggested about 10 plants per square meter. That means you'd need over 100 plants just to cover a small room, which is a staggering number when you think about it. Imagine trying to live in a space that's more like a dense jungle than a comfortable home. It would be beautiful, but also crowded and hard to manage. For most people, this just isn't practical. The time, effort, and space required to care for that many plants would be overwhelming. A few houseplants might have a tiny effect on air quality, and they certainly make a room feel more inviting, but they can't purify all the air in a typical home. The rate at which plants remove chemicals is much slower than the rate at which new chemicals enter our homes. Everyday activities like cooking or cleaning can introduce pollutants much faster than plants can remove them. So, while the power of plants is real and scientifically proven, the effect is very small in a normal home environment. They're a nice addition, but not a complete solution. We shouldn't rely on plants alone to keep our air clean. Other methods, like using air purifiers and ventilating our homes, are much more effective. Houseplants are helpful for our well-being and can slightly improve air quality, but they're not a powerful solution by themselves. So what else can we do to keep our indoor air clean and healthy? Let's explore some practical solutions. Since houseplants alone aren't enough, we need other methods. The simplest and most effective way is ventilation. Open your windows daily to let fresh air in. Use exhaust fans in kitchens and bathrooms to remove polluted air. Control sources of pollution. Choose low VOC products and natural cleaners. Avoid too many air fresheners or scented candles. Air purifiers with HEPA and activated carbon filters can trap dust and VOCs. Regular cleaning, dusting and vacuuming with a HEPA filter removes settled pollutants. These practical steps, used together, are the best way to ensure healthy indoor air. Plants can be part of the solution, but they're not the main answer. Combining strategies is key. Let's see how plants fit into a bigger plan. Plants aren't a magic solution, but they're not useless either. Think of houseplants as one small part of a bigger plan for healthy air. The best approach is to combine the natural beauty of plants with proven methods. Enjoy your plants for their calming effect and small contribution. Open windows regularly to flush out pollutants. Choose low VOC products and clean with non-toxic solutions. Use an air purifier in key rooms for extra protection. Your houseplants add to the feeling of a clean, calm space. This combined approach is the most sensible way forward. We don't have to choose between plants and technology. We can use both. Let plants be your green companions, while ventilation and filtration do the heavy lifting. This way, you get the psychological benefits of nature and the real health benefits of clean air. It's a balanced, effective way to care for your home. So what's the final verdict on houseplants and air purification? They can help, but only a little. The idea that a few plants can magically clean your air is a myth. You'd need an impossible number of plants to make a big difference. But don't get rid of your plants. They offer many other benefits. They're beautiful, reduce stress, and can improve mood and concentration. Caring for plants is rewarding and good for your well-being. Just don't rely on them alone for clean air. Use ventilation, source control, and filtration for real results. Let your houseplants be partners in creating a pleasant space. Be realistic about what they can do. Think of them as helpful friends, not superheroes. By combining the joy of plants with smart air cleaning strategies, you can truly create a healthier home.